In this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror, 5 takes things to a creepy new level when she traps both 12 and Lisa on a massive Ferris wheel set to explode. You could cut the tension with a freaking knife in this week's episode. And the only reason I say that is because not that much happened, but I felt like I was on the edge of my seat for the final part of the episode, and it really got me excited for the finale of the series, which is only a couple of episodes away. And slowly but surely, they're starting to give us a little more information about the Athena plan and where 9, 12, and 5 actually came from. In fact, in the beginning of this week's episode, you get to see that Shibazaki and his brand new buddy are questioning this guy who was involved with the Athena plan, and he goes on to explain that the entire point of this plan was to test out this drug on small children, otherwise known as savants, masters of arithmetic, science, music, and mathematical equations. And essentially, these kids would take this drug, they would be experimented on, and a lot of them would die. And there's a lot of creepy imagery when they actually show, like, where they were being taught. There's even this one scene where there's this room that's just completely black and white, except for this massive puddle of blood all over the ground. And he goes on to explain that there were a few students which tried to escape, namely 9, 12, and 5. However, 5 did not get out of this, and she was eventually recovered by the US government and became one of their attack dogs. I'm not really too happy about the fact that they're slightly demonizing America a little bit, but still I'm willing to get over that because 5 is such an incredible villain. And eventually, by the end of the episode, when they finally do get to the Ferris wheel scene, I cannot describe the tenseness of the scene. I was almost convinced fully that Lisa was going to die here along with 12, and that's because she's been trapped on this big Ferris wheel. 12 goes up to the top, and as soon as he gets there, this bomb's timer starts to begin and to click. And I love the fact that the actual Ferris wheel, all the lights start to light up. It's a very nice and artistic scene, and that combined with the music makes it a very heartbreaking scene as well, because Lisa can't really do anything, and all she can really do is apologize to 12, who's trying his best to disarm all of these bombs. And it's very obvious he's not going to be able to do all of this at once. And almost at the last second, for the last couple of seconds, 5 decides to give 12 a call to try and give him one last chance to learn where this atomic bomb is. Yes, that plutonium was actually an atomic bomb which was being created secretly by the country, and who knows what the hell 9 and 12 are going to want to do with that. But 5 wants that, and clearly I don't think 5 has good plans for it either. But at the very last second, 12 decides he's going to divulge where this is. But what's really good about this is even though he gives up the information and the bomb has been stopped and no one has been killed, at the same time, 9 is actually removing the bomb himself and getting a little bit of resistance from the Japanese police, and he gets fired upon. However, he does make a quick escape, and suddenly 5 just starts to freak out and suddenly collapses, ending this week's incredibly tense episode. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror? Another really awesome episode with great production value and atmosphere that was incredibly thick. And I love the art style of this show. It's very realistic, and the tone was awesome. I just love how everything was just so ominous at the beginning of the episode when they went to this massive Japanese mansion, and it was raining, and it was dark, and it was creepy. And obviously, so this guy who worked for the Athena Plan project, he didn't seem all that remorseful at first, but he was sort of expecting that this was all going to happen eventually someday. And also, it seems like things are about to get a little more personal for Shibazaki, because it looks like it's going to involve the guy who actually demoted him. So you can tell that really shocks him. But really, it's that scene at the end this week that really shocked me, because not that much happened during the scene, and it was most of the episode, but it was handled really well due to the tenseness, the music, the animation, and of course the lighting and voice acting from the characters. It just really made the scene work, and I really enjoyed that. 5 proved yet again that she's an incredible villain for the show, and they only have a couple of episodes left to really explain why the characters are the way they are, and I can't wait to see how that's going to be and how that's going to tie all into Shibazaki's story as well, because obviously there is going to be some sort of great connection. Technically speaking, this was another beautiful episode of the series that proves that even scenes at night and even in the rain can look really good. And when that song at the end, when they were on the massive Ferris wheel, it just looked great. And I don't know what it was, but there was that one scene where they were panning outwards after Lisa was apologizing to 12, and you could see everything in full. And I don't know what it was, but there was just something very sad about that scene. I just felt like any second things were just going to go completely wrong. And even the people who are working with 5 think she's a little freaking cuckoo for all the crazy things that she's doing. Otherwise, great episode right here. I'm really pumped for the finale of the series, and this one is finally starting to build it up. I really can't wait to see the finale, and I just want some more answers. I want to learn a little bit more about this Athena plan, and I want to learn, like, what the whole real purpose of all of this was. And obviously, this is an episode that's going to get under the skin of a lot of people because it's creepy, because they go on to explain that this drug that they were using, they could only use it on kids under the age of 5. And the events where 9 and 12 and 5 decided to run away actually only happened like 8 years ago. So they're very young. It's already been known that they're teenagers, but damn, are they young and do they have some explosive, crazy revenge plans. So, awesome episode of the series. I honestly don't have any complaints with it. And when I don't have a complaint, I give it a 5 out of 5. This was just another really tense episode with great production value, just like the rest of the series, and I cannot wait to see the rest. Check it out, guys. Great stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review today. Before you leave, make sure to hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. And make sure to tell me what you guys thought about this week's episode of Zankyou no Terror. And make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And you can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links for all that stuff in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.